people to come in the word of God and they see you clowning like that. Let's make some sense out of it. Read that again.
Likewise, ye wives, be in subjection to your own husbands, that if any obey not the word, they
You know
are...
the ones that don't obey the word? You know the ones out there fussing and hollering with their husband and they looking at you? Say, man, look how she treat her husband. They could be won over by your lifestyle. Go ahead and read.
They also may without the word be won by the conversation of
See,
the wives.
They be won by your lifestyle, the way you act. Man, I wonder what kind of church she go to. She look like she get everything she want to do. You know, I mean, she do what her husband ain't jealous or nothing. And they just look like everything is so smooth. Let me go check her out at her church, see what they teaching over there. You know, you win them over. Go ahead and read.
While they behold your chaste conversation coupled with fear.
Go ahead.
Whose adoring let it not be that outward adoring of plaiting the hair.
You see, sister, he's telling you it ain't about your hair and about your clothes. It ain't about that. Ain't nothing wrong with having some good threads. I ain't got a problem with that. But that ain't what it's all about. It's about walking godly. Go ahead and read.
And of wearing of gold, or of putting on of apparel.
Uh-huh.
But let it be the hidden man of the heart.
The hidden man in the heart. You know, people should look at you and be able to see God. Go ahead and read.
In that which is not corruptible,
Uh-huh.
even the ornament of meek and quiet spirit.
Read that one more time, brother.
But let it be the hidden man of the heart, in that which is not corruptible, even the ornament of a meek and quiet spirit.
And this is what kind of spirit the Lord wants on the sisters. A meek and quiet spirit. You know, hey, you don't have to run up off the mouth all the time. Hey, just be cool. You just do what the Lord say do. If your husband out of line, he going to deal with him. He ain't getting away. Because we're going to look at an example of that. Go ahead and read some more, man.
Which is in the sight of God of great
See,
price.
that is a great price, sisters. Having having a meek and quiet spirit, that is a good price. To God, he's looking at that as righteousness. Go ahead and read.
For after this manner in the old time, the holy women also, who trusted in God, adorned themselves, being in subjection unto their own husbands.
Because you go back in the Old Testament, wasn't none of that done. They knew what time it was. They put themselves in subjection under their husband because they knew that was the way the Lord wanted them to operate. And they got to flex a little bit. Just ask Moses when he didn't circumcise his kid. What his wife do? She went and did and said, you a bloody husband out there. And he couldn't say nothing. He said, man, I almost got all us killed. Huh? Go ahead and read.
Even as Sarah obeyed Abraham, calling him Lord, whose daughters ye are.
Now, whose daughters you are? Huh? Are you the daughters of Sarah? Then act like Sarah. Go ahead and read.
As long as ye do well, and are not afraid with any amazement.
Let's look at it some more. We just going to deal with this just a little bit. Just a little bit. I just want the sisters to know how important it is to conduct themselves as servants of God. Because sometimes we miss this. You know, it's not said enough. So I try to do lessons about things that's, hardly said. Because, that's what we do here. We teach the Bible here. We teach the Word of God. And the Lord wants you to know as much as possible. He wants you to be godly. That is why I'm so glad about the Sabbath day, because I get an opportunity to come and learn about my God. Let's go to Titus. Titus 2 and 1. Titus 2 and 1. Titus 2 and 1. I have to say this one more time. This is no malicious attack against sisters. We love our sisters here at this church. Amen. We love them. I'm trying to get an escape clause, brother. What's wrong? I see these sisters going in their purses. These brothers ain't gonna be around them too long. He like staying late. Titus 2 and 1. Go ahead and read.
But speak thou the things which become sound doctrine.
Now he's getting ready to speak some sound doctrine here. This is sound doctrine. Go ahead and read.
That the aged men be sober,
Uh-huh.
grave,
Uh-huh.
temperate, sound in faith, in charity, and patience.
Now this is the way the man's supposed to act. He's supposed to be sober-minded. He's supposed to have some self-control. He's supposed to be girded up in faith, and he's supposed to have love, and he also must have patience. Go ahead and read.
That the aged woman likewise, that they be in behavior as becometh holiness, not false accusers,
Go ahead.
not given to much wine, teachers of good things.
See, they have to be teachers of good things, and they cannot burn their throat too much. You understand what I'm saying? Ain't nothing wrong with having a little shot of wine every now and then, but you can't do it too often. The aged women, because you're supposed to be teaching the younger ladies. Go ahead and read.
That they may teach the young women to be sober,
Uh-huh.
to love their husbands, to love their children.
Now, if you ain't operating like this, and your daughters see you acting crazy with your husband, what are they going to do when they get mad? Think about what I'm saying. So you raising up a corruptible seed too. Well, mama did it. I'm going to do it too. Because she's a strong black woman. Come on. Let's make some sense of that. That is not godliness. Go ahead and read.
To be discreet,
See, the Lord wants you to be discreet. Go ahead.
chaste,
Uh-huh.
keepers at home,
Uh-huh.
good, obedient to their own husbands,
Uh-huh.
that the word of God be not blasphemed.
So you see that? When you don't operate like that, you are blaspheming the word of God. I told you this being subjection to your husband is part of walking in holiness. A lot of sisters didn't know that, but you know now. So think about what I'm saying. Now we're going to give you an example. Let's go to Esther. Esther. No, this is King Ahasuerus. You know, he was a king of the Medes and the Persians. And in the 3rd year of his reign, you know, he threw a big party for all his noblemen and his princes of the province. You know, and then after he had the party for 180 days, he decided he wanted to party for the common people for 7 days. All right, we done partied, and over now it's time for ourselves to party a little bit too with the people who are without. Let's look at this. I want the sisters to pay attention to what's going to happen here.
Yes, sir.
Because the king, this is the king too.
Okay.
Ephesians, Esther 1, and we're going to pick it up at verse 5. Esther 1 and verse 5. When you get there, go ahead and read.
And when these days were expired,
You know, after the 180 days was expired, where he's partying with the noblemen and the princes of the provinces, everything, then was expired. Then he's going to party some more. Go ahead and read.
the king made a feast unto all the people that were present in Shushan, the palace, both unto great and small.
He said, great and small, come on up. We're going to party today. Go ahead and read.
7 days in the court of the garden of the king's palace.
So you had the common people partying with the king in the king's palace. So you know they was enjoying themselves. But you got to have a queen there too, right? Skip on down to verse 9 and read.
And Vashti, the queen, made a feast for the women in the royal house.
You know how you sisters do it. Well, my husband, he going to throw a party. Well, I'm going to throw a party to you. Come on, sister, let's party too. Go ahead and read.
Which belonged to the king Ahasuerus. On the 7th day, when the heart of the king was merry with wine, he commanded Mehuman, Biztha, Harbona, Bigtha, and Abagatha, Zethar, and Carcass, the 7 chamberlains that served in the presence of Ahasuerus the king, to bring Vashti the queen before the king with the crown royal.
You know, because you know when brothers get lifted, they got to find wife. Hey, man, go and get my lady. Tell her, come on up here, man. Bring her on up here. Because when you got to find women, you want to show off, right? But this is the king here. Go ahead and read.
To show the people and the princess her beauty, for she was fair to look on.
Because he knew she was fine. Tell her to come on. Put a crown on. Put a robe on. I'm getting ready to show her off. Put on your best jewelry to her, you know? But watch what the sister did. Go ahead and read.
But the queen Vashti refused to come at the king's commandment by his chamberlains. Therefore was the king very wroth, and his anger burnt in him.
Now,